So I have created the simple ZK app repository that you can use as the starting point. So you can simply copy this URL. You will find this in the video description. You're going to paste this on your machine. So I have created a new GitHub account to show you how you have to do it. So the first part of this workshop is going to be you click this, you open this GitHub repository named as Simple ZK app, and you can start this. It would be very great, and you can fork this. Now forking basically means that you are creating a replica, a copy of a particular repository on your machine. Okay, so you don't make any changes. You can see this is my username. You will find the similar UI in your machines, and then you click create fork button, this one. Cool. So this is what this app looks like for now. Okay, this is the readme. You can go through it. I would highly suggest you go through it, you read it, because this repository has all the installation and the basics guide. Now when you have forked it, there are two main things that you can do next. First up, you will need a proper Noir setup on your machine. Because again, like even if you start coding in C++, Python, Java, or any other languages, you basically have to do all the setup on your machine, whether it's Windows or Mac OS. In a similar manner, you have to follow the same steps for the Noir installation. So you can go to this installation.md file in the same repository and click here. So there are some table of contents. First up, for the prerequisites one, this is the requirements that you should must have. Second, for the Mac OS installation, these are a couple of things, like you can use Homebrew as a package manager and you can simply install very easily. Now, if you want to install it for Windows, we do really have a guide here. You can simply install it with Noir up. You can, open this in WSL and you can follow all these commands. And then you also have to install Rust and Node.js. It's highly recommended. You also need Barentenberg, because again, Barentenberg is the backend that generates and verifies ZK proofs from Noir circuits. So Noir is basically the language that you use to write circuits, but when it's about compiling the circuits, proving them, and verifying them, you need a backend, that is Barentenberg. So these are a couple of commands. Otherwise, if you feel that this document is very overwhelming, you simply go to google.com, you simply search Noir installation on Windows or Mac, things like that. I'm going with Windows right now. So you can use the AI overview for the installation, or simply please go to this noirlang.org, the official documentation for Noir, and you can start from here. Okay, so Noir is actually installed on my Mac, my device, so I won't be going through all of these steps. But again, these steps are super easy to follow. And if you need any help with the installation, feel free to take help from either Gemini, or you can directly reach out to me via our Telegram community. All right, so first step is installation. After you have installed Noir, Rust, and Barentenberg, you can come over to the README file. Okay, so this is a simple circuit where you can actually understand how the ZK proofs work and like what is a basic setup that looks like. So let's go to the hands-on part. It's like super simple. You can also build your own ZK app like from the very basics. But again, let's do it from here only if you're just starting out. So you click on code, the green button. You click on this. Click to copy the URL. Now make sure that you are copying the code from your forked repository and not from the original one, because you will be contributing to your own forked repository. I have copied this. Now what I will do here is I will open my IDE, that is Visual Studio Code, for this demo. I'm opening a folder on desktop, like just to keep the things clean. In ZK Workshop, I have opened this. Now here, let's do one thing. We'll go to terminal, click on new terminal. You can see it here. Now I can simply go for git clone and paste this. So what do we see here? We have this simple ZK app cloned on my machine. And now I'll just simply go for cd simple ZK app. Now my terminal is open with simple ZK app. Now it's good to go. All right, so we have done the installation of our sample repository on our machines. Now it's time to understand what are the components for this particular directory. Now, first up, let's go to SRC. SRC stands for source. This is a source directory that contains main.noir file. So nr.nr is the file extension for noir, and this main.noir file contains our circuit. So whatever circuit you want to write, you can simply write it here. Here, the circuit, what does it do? It simply is about function main x u8 y pop u8 assert x double equal to y. The function main takes up two parameters. Okay, like there are some two arguments passed to it, and these are x and y. These are the two variables, two values passed to it. And this u8 actually means that, like, what is the data type, like what is actually the characteristic type of x and y. So here we can also write field as the type. Okay, now, like we talked about witnesses, right? In witness we have the private inputs and the public inputs. Now this pub means for public inputs, and like for private you just keep it field. So the two parameters, that is x and y, which are passed to the main function, x is going to be a private field, the private value, and the y is going to be a public value, that is a public input. Now inside the body we have this assert function that has this particular expression that says x double equal to y. Now the logic which stands here is that this particular circuit only allows the logic which says that the x value should be double equal to y. So the circuit will only run like when the values are like equal to each other. If the condition is not met, then the circuit stands invalid. Now if you want to simply test it, let's go with this one. So I will just create we have this test function. So like if you want to test this on your machine, you can simply create a test function right here. You have this function test main. Now let's try running it. So when I run the test, see what is my output. My output is that press any key to close the terminal, failures, call stack this. So it says failed constraint. Why is it failed constraint? Because the constraint here in the function, in the main function, says that x should be equal to y. But here we have passed the value of x as 1 and y as 2. And since the condition is not met, the constraint fails here. Now if I go with 2 as x and 2 as y, save it, and when I run this test, I can see that there is one running test function and it is successful. So this is how you simply do it. Now if I simply go with x not equal to y, okay, if I simply go for x not equal to y and I run this test, here the values are equal, right? So again the constraint fails. If I go with x greater than or equal to y, and when I run this, okay, so you're getting this red mark here. Try to understand that this arithmetic greater than, smaller than, plus, minus, this is not compatible with field types. It is only compatible with u8 and things like that. So u8 is for unsigned integers. So when I run this test function, what is my output? It compiles, because again we have this greater than equal to situation. What if I make this 1 and y is 22? Again, I run this test, the test has failed because the condition is not met. So this is how the circuit, the constraints are actually written. Now, so this was basically the local testing that you can simply do for the functions. Let's talk about what else is inside the simple ZK application. So next file which is very important is prover.toml. So this prover.toml actually contains the values for the parameters which will be used for the constraint based testing. Now here my value is x is 7, y is 7. And what does my logic says? My logic says that x can be greater than equal to y. So in order to compile this circuit, like in order to, have this circuit executed, I really need the values of x and y in such a manner that this condition is met. So in prove.toml, I have x is 7 and y as 7, which obviously satisfies this situation. So we are pretty much good to go. We can also make x as 17, which will further satisfy the situation. Now, this is important that whenever you make changes to the circuit, you should also make changes with prover.toml. Now, the third file is going to be nargo.toml, which basically contains the file configuration. So here you can make changes like simple circuit. It can be compiled to circuit, experiment, and you can write your name here. I'm going for ABC, and you can change the authors. Right. This circuit type is binary. Like we also have another type called lib, which is like for more complex circuit configurations. So these are the three important files where you can make changes in order to write your first circuit. Now you might be thinking that like, how do we compile it? How does it all work? So we have a couple of commands that you need to run in order to compile the circuit, because again, we have got the witnesses right here, we have got the circuit here. So first step is to compile the circuit. Okay, and if you want to know the how to compile it, you can simply go to readme. Here I have written a couple of commands that you can follow. Okay, so first up, you have this Nargo compile. So basically, Nargo provides the environment for the Noir applications to be run. So if I write Nargo compile, what do I get? Okay, it's already compiled. Now, second step is you have to generate a verification key. Okay, before going to this, let me talk about this target folder. Let me delete it first, and then it will all make sense when we do it step by step. So when you first create your ZK application, you will only have this src folder, you will have prover.toml, and you will have nargo.toml. My first command was nargo.compile. Now see, I have got this target folder right now with this particular command. Now what this target folder contains, right now it contains circuit experiment.json. So this circuit experiment is actually the name of my circuit that provided in the nargo.toml. And this is basically the versioning. Alright, so after you compile, you will see this JSON file about your circuit in the target folder. The second step is basically about generating a verification key. Okay, so verification key can be used by the verifier to see if the proof was generated in a correct manner. So we just only do it once, like once I've generated this, you can simply use it multiple times in the multiple reiterations. So what do you do basically? You go for BB, write VK, that is write verification key, B, and now you're defining the target directory here. Okay, so basically it's going to take the circuit, like this particular file, this simple circuit.json, we can rename it to circuit experiment.json, circuit experiment.json. So verification key is generated from this source file, and then the verification key is posted into this directory, which is the output file. Just understand it. So you go for bb, write vk dot b. Now here you write the source file, that is target circuit experiment.json. Yours could be very simple code, it could be simple circuit or things like that, so you don't have to worry too much. But again, this is for those who can make changes in nargo.toml and then figure out like why this code is not working. So O is for my output, and point.target is for the directory where my output is going to store. Now when I run this code, what do I get here? I see scheme is ultra hunk. There is circuit proof, proving keys computed. VK has been saved to VK hash, and like VK hash is saved to here. So VK is the verification key which lies here, and VK hash is the verification key hash, like the hash format for my verification key, which will be used by the verifier to see if the proof was generated by the application in the correct manner. Okay, so third step is for the to generate witnesses. So generating witnesses, again we have this prover.toml file, we have our circuit right here which is already compiled, so we are good to generate the witnesses now. We can simply go for nargo, yes we can nargo execute. So witness successfully solved and witness is saved to circuit experiment.gz. All right, now after we have created these proofs, we can also verify the proofs. Okay, we can also we can generate the proofs and we can verify it. So simply you have for the next part, that is for the proof verification, you can write bb proof, then b, then you have this the source file, that is target simple. Again, it's not simple circuit here, it's circuit experiment.json, which is actually my source file. My circuit was converted into this particular ACIR. Okay, so this circuit experiment.json is basically the ACIR form which is formed after the compilation. So now I have nothing to do with main.noir. I simply have to work with the circuit experiment.json file only. And my target here is going to be circuit experiment.json. Now, I can simply copy this code. What this code will do is it will create the zero knowledge proof now. It will create a ZK proof. I type it. Now what is my output? I simply get scheme is ultra honk. You have circuit like proving keys computed right now. We got the proving key, we got the public inputs, and proof is saved to target.proof. All right, so we got our first proof as well. And in order to verify it, again, verification can be done off chain and on chain. We are right now doing it off chain on our machine with Barattenberg. And again, BB means for Barattenberg. Okay, so all the commands that have BB involves Barattenberg, whether it's about the proof creation, proof verification, or your verification key generation. You can simply write here enter, and again the proof is verified successfully. Right, it's very simple. Now you might be thinking that this is very this is very hectic, but this is very tedious. How you basically simplify it? So now, like in the steps, like we talked about, that whenever you work with ZK, you can work on the circuit first, you define the witnesses, then you generate the proof, and then you can verify the proof. And after this is done, you can build an application around it. So let's talk about how you can build an application around it. Right now I have this index.html and server.js file for this app. So we are going to be building, like wrapping this entire Noir circuit around a front-end application that is simply your HTML front end. Yeah. So I have created this front end. You will find it in your app. Like there is a traditional CSS and some JavaScript. The server.js is basically the server which is actually running. So let me just show you this part in the very hands-on format. Simple circuit. Yeah. Okay, simple ZK app. ZK app. All right, now what I will do here, I will run node server. Okay, because I've already wrapped up the front end with this application so that you can actually see. So if you feel that all these commands are very lucrative, they were very hectic, your work is made simpler with this. So you simply go to localhost now. This is what the application looks like for now. Now our circuit, what I'll do here is I will just make it as it is, like it was actually x double equal to y previously, and this was a test function. So let me make changes, and I will go for prover.toml. I will make it 7. Okay, so now my circuit says x should be double equal to y, that is 7 is 7, and like in the front end we have this simply this stuff. Now how this actually works with the front end? First up, I will have my input. Like in this particular program, I have to prove the equality through the ZK proofs. So if x and y are equal, the proof will be, the circuit will compile, the proof will be generated, and the proof will be verified. But if both inputs are not equal, no ZK proof is generated, and this is the basic logic behind this application. So my input is 4. Again, x is 4, y is 4. Let's go with 7 first. So if my x is 4 and my y is 7, let me try doing this. So what happens now? When the server runs nargo execute, the proof has failed, that is constraint is not satisfied in this case. Why? Because we really want x to be equal to y. But when I make it 4 and we click on generate and verify proofs, we have to go for, so let's enter 4 and 4 as the inputs. Now we have successfully, these are the steps. First, nargo execute, like where witness is generated. Then you have BB proof for the proof generation and BB verify for the proof verification. Now, through this, we have actually proven that x is equal to y without revealing x through zk. And if you're curious at how it did happen with the front end, so basically in server.js, there is like all the commands that will be running on the button click. So like where there's a event listener that gets provoked here on clicking the button, all these commands will be running on your terminal, and then again you will get the output in a similar manner. So this is how you can basically get started with ZK application. You can write your first circuits with Noir. You can, create, you can generate witnesses. You can create the proof, and then you can verify it with Barenberg. Now, if you're curious that what you can do next, so as a part of this exercise, first up, have this README intact with you. Now, you can simply make changes in the circuit. Like you can write here more logic, you can take more inputs. Okay, you can have bigger logic, you can do hashing within it. So this is something I'll leave up to you to decide whatever logic you want to define for simple ZK app. Let me do one thing. I can simply go with x to y, and I can simply go with u8. Okay, so I'm using the logic of above 18. I'm giving it 4. This is same for now. I'm using server.js. I'll make some changes with the front end. So what I need to change? I need to change this circuit here right now. I'll simply click F. I'll search. Okay. Upfield, search, equal to y. Prove that user is 18 plus or not. I'll remove the footer for now. Okay, when I refresh this, so I have implemented the logic to see if the user is 18 plus or not to see the output. And yes, what I need here right now would be that my y has to be 18 and my x can be 19 here. Cool. So I'll input 20 and y as 18 because again, public input has to be the age, that is, the threshold age. So let me make some changes to the front end so you can easily understand. Public threshold age and private user age. So suppose my age is 25 and threshold value is 18. Now I want the proof to check if these constraints are met or if the proof is generated or not. So again, verification is failing, which means that we will have to generate the verification key here. Cool. Yeah. So the program is working. It means that proof is valid, and again, our condition has been satisfied. You can similarly make changes on the front end. You can modify the circuit as you want to. This is like a boilerplate framework that you can simply go for in order to understand what we are working on. Let me make more changes with the front end. Yeah. Proof valid. uh, user age is greater than the threshold age without revealing their age. Okay, now in proof field we can write user age is smaller than the threshold age. All right, now this is how it looks like. Let's go with the final demo. I'm putting my age as 4 and 18 as the threshold value, and again this proof has failed. But again, if I make it 40, it will run and it's done. So this is how you can basically build a ZK app, and you can make the logic more complex. Now as a part of next step, what I will do is I will simply use git add, then git commit m, modify uh, age verification logic, and git push f origin master to push this on GitHub. Yes, this will how your repository will look like. And once you have made the contribution, you can simply click on contribute, and you can create a pull request if you want your contributions to be seen on the main repository. Yeah, so this was, I know this was pretty lengthy video, but again this will help you understand how you can get started with writing your first Noir circuits and how the front end actually works with it. So I'll see you in the upcoming videos where we'll be building some more amazing ZK apps with ZK Verify.